How does one get comfortable enough in their own skin to be able to detach from the transaction and focus more on the conversation?
God, that's such a great question. And I think you kind of nailed it. Like detaching yourself from the outcome is like the end. Yeah, I mean, you have to detach yourself from the outcome or everything will be a struggle. Like imagine not every transaction closes, not every transaction. I mean, I've had some crazy transactions. I've had a transaction once where the seller tried to kill himself mid escrow. And we were well into escrow and this happened, and I heard from his wife and his doctor and this and that. And so anyways, long story short, we canceled. And I had no idea that, who knows, like who knew what was going on really inside the four walls, right? But detaching yourself from the outcome, it's a very challenging thing to master, because this is how we're entrepreneurs, we're self-employed. This is how we pay our bills, right? So of course you're attached to the outcome. These are our paychecks, is really. But detaching yourself from the outcome and having enough funnel come through. So, and I think it was my mentor or coach, somebody had mentioned this to me way early in my career, that you may be working with 10 people at once. Your pipeline should always be 10 plus people, 10 solid plus people. And you have to safely assume half are not going to work out. And it was kind of a way that I detached myself from the outcome, because then you're not like, ooh, I have 10 people calling me and 10 people seeing property. I'm not expecting all 10 to close. If they all close, more power to me. But in any scenario, that's never the case. Something's going to happen. We have no control over these people's lives. You never know what's going to happen. You have no idea when they're going to just wake up and change their mind. But that's kind of where the genuine conversation comes, because you don't want to just lose those 5 people either. You have to realize staying detached from the outcome doesn't mean that the people you're detached from are not your clients. They're still your clients until they say, stop calling me or, hey, I'm not interested anymore.
I'm sorry. So detach from the outcome and just attach to the process.
Yes, is so key. And having enough people in your pipeline so you're not attached to that one person that may or may not close. I think that's the hardest part. And I remember as a newer agent feeling like this, where it was like you give all your like love and energy and everything to that one person, and if that one person, it's like you're done, you know. It's the worst feeling. So keeping up with, you know, all these other like keeping up with your marketing, your open houses, etc. The deal's not closed until it's actually closed. And even when it's closed, sometimes it's not really closed, right? Because we still deal with issues after the fact. So having enough dialogue, having enough people in your pipeline, doing enough of the open houses so you meet new people. And for seasoned agents and speaking to your sphere to continue the referral source, etc., having enough people to talk to so that you're not just stuck on that one, and practicing that makes you really unattached, I would say.
And so diversifying your business, diversifying your lead generation. Yeah. I'm just curious to find out, you know, how many lead generation systems you think a person needs to keep that pipeline full of like 10 plus solid, you know, leads that are about to list and or sell or anything like that. We've already mentioned 2. We mentioned 1, the importance of working your database, just fearing your past clients. Another one was, you know, just being, you know, just listed, just sold, etc. kind of thing. What's another one or 2 that you think are a must for people to incorporate as part of their, you know, marketing and or lead generation strategy?
So I think for me, a lot of my business does come from online leads, and I don't pay for online leads, but just keeping up to date with reviews and information, Yelp, Zillow, Google, making sure those pages are active. And granted, it's harder when you're a newer agent, but whatever it is, do something with your Google, Yelp, and Zillow page.
How do you get people, like, you know, one of the frustrations that a lot of people always encounter is trying to get that review. Like, One,
Yeah.
how important is it to get to the review? And what have you found to be a winning formula to get people to actually give you a review?
Oh yeah, that's actually, I mean, I still struggle with that because, and even for us, it's like you eat at a restaurant and then you get a link saying, how was your experience? And then you're like, oh, I actually want to do this. But think about it, there's no reason why you're not doing it except you either forget about it or, ooh, it's not user friendly. So it's like, am I really going to sit at the computer and do this review? You don't think about it the way the business owner thinks about it. So just taking it at face value, like sending them, I usually send out a review kind of reminder or email. I mean, I should really be doing it sooner, but like within a month after we close, just so they've digested the home. We've had a few interactions post-closing. I don't want them to feel like, oh, we closed and then peace out, I'm gone, you know? So just getting them comfortable in their new home and like feeling their new home before actually saying, yay, I loved my realtor, or no, I didn't like her. So within about a month, I usually send out an email like, hey, checking in, thank you so much. And then I'll make it really user friendly. So they just click on the Yelp review, for example, and it goes straight to my page and they can populate it there.